Hello and welcome to my league start video for the Pohxs league that's starting today. I'm showing you 4 different builds I am keen to league start or which I could recommend to league start in this league. I haven't tried out all of these builds. These are builds I am keen to try and I haven't really decided what I'm going to do. But I just wanted to show you what I'm thinking about and why I think it's a good league start. So I'm starting with the Rage Stacker Berserker, and I would like to play it with Glacial Hammer of Shattering. So in the campaign, you will probably just use Thunder, and as soon as you're done with campaign and doing your third lab, you will try to get Glacial Hammer of Shattering from the lab, or you trade for the skill gem by then. Now, what are we doing with this build? I opened here on PoE Ninja, day 2 of the Keepers League. This dude over here, he got a pretty good two-handed mace. And, well, the uniques uses are just Beer's Girdle and Marlene's Fallacy. Now, he stacks crit because he knows Glacial Hammer, as you can see over here, every third successive strike is a crit. Therefore, every third attack deals a lot of damage because you have a global critical strike multiplier plus 200%. That's the reason it's good. Then Heat Shiver also gives you some conversion. Every chill effect gives you more fire damage. Or every chill effect gives you extra fire damage. That's basically it. And also, if you freeze the enemy, you get an additional 30%, which you most of the time do because you crit. And therefore, if you have a chance to freeze, you will freeze the enemy. Then with Rage, as a Berserker, with this node, you not only get more damage from Rage itself, but also increase attack speed. So 2 of these variables you can stack already really high with just stacking Rage. So over here he gets plus 10, then over here there's another 5, and I think over here there's also 3 and 3, that's 6, 11, 21 additional Rage plus the 10 over here equals 31 additional Rage, which means he's around 61% Rage, or not percent, but 61 Rage he can reach. As a Berserker, you reach it really fast, and then he also has Rite of Ruin with 50 increased Rage effect, so this means not only do we get 60 more damage and not more attack speed, it's increased attack speed. But as you can see, this will just do a lot of damage, and you then just have to fix your defenses, which, if you kill everything really fast and Glacial Hammer of Shattering with some AoE scaling with Tribal Fury, you actually have a pretty good clear. If you want to see how good the clear is, I play the Strength Stacker with Glacial Hammer of Shattering, and yeah, it's pretty good clear, and the clear is even a bit less because I'm not using the two-handed mace, which has more weapon range, but Frost Breath, which also is a really fine option to start if you don't have a good melee two-handed mace. But as soon as you can upgrade to this one, or potentially just go, how is it called? Give me a sec. Pillar of the Cage God and go into Strength Stack, then you can also use Pillar of the Cage God and upgrade this character in this direction into a Strength Stacker, which you can also then choose to go into Juggernaut and then later on just go into Replica Alberons. So I think it's a pretty good league start that's comfortable, really has a lot of damage, and really good clear, at least in my opinion. Like, it's pretty similar to other slams, so The coverage is pretty good. And that's my first recommendation. Then the second option. I'm thinking about playing Power Siphon, but not with traps or totems. Somebody played Totem Power Siphon. Don't know how good that is, but filtered these out. So these are really just on day two Power Siphon users. Yeah, that use the skill itself. And I also have a video of a Power Siphon user, but a Hierophant, and I'm thinking about a Trickster or Assassin. Now, why is that? The reason is with replica badge of the Brotherhood, you can then upgrade and you can go a lot of power charges, which Power Siphon scales critical strike multiplier off of. So you want a lot of those. And then you want for good attack speed a lot of frenzy charges. Now, usually you can just play with the normal badge of the Brotherhood, and you then get 10 frenzy charges as well. Then you can decide if you want to count as having maximum number of power or frenzy charges and just play it like this. If you have Graven Secret, you would just want those with the power charges, and if you play, for example, the Oxium Bed, especially the Foulborn version, you get increased energy shield per power charge. Then you can also play the Frenzy Charge replica Ralakesh's Impatience. Exactly. Then what I'm thinking about is in the late game, you could upgrade into a Trickster, which is, of course, tanky with his ascendancies, but he also gets 2 additional Frenzy Charges. So what I'm thinking about doing is you get how is the one called? The one that gives power charges. It's Void Battery, exactly. Void Battery, use this in this end, get 1 additional power charge from here. You use a corrupted helmet that gives another additional power charge over here, and then Malakai's loop. Therefore, you have 1, 2 plus 2 equals 4, plus your natural 3, plus the 3 from the passive tree. So you have 3 and 3 equals 6, plus the 4 you get, that's 10 power charges you can get, just like this dude over here has. And then as a trickster, you play the Ascendancy that gives 2 additional frenzy charges. You seek to get 2 frenzy charge rings, which would in theory be probably very costly, but I think it's possible with a Calandros touch and some investment. So that's not in the first week, but I'm thinking about the upgrade over here. You get 2 additional frenzy charges from here, and then some corrupted or influenced gloves that also give you frenzy charge. So you have 1, 2, 3 over here, 3 from the skill tree. So you have to path down over here and anoint the last frenzy charge over here. So you're pretty stretched when it comes to your passive skill tree because you go from over here all the way over there. So to get every power charge and also every frenzy charge with the with anointing the last one. But yeah, that's basically the idea. So you get 6 plus 2 from your ascendancy, which makes 8, plus 1 over here, 1 here, 1 here. This equals to 3. We have 8 plus 3, so we're at 11 frenzy charges. And then with replica badge of the Brotherhood, you could, in theory, make it so you get 11 endurance charges. So you stack every kind of charge, so it's a tri-charge stack, and you can get even an additional power charge if you go Forbidden Flame, Forbidden Flash, with Unstable Infusion to get the maximum power charge from the Assassin Ascendancy. Yeah, that's basically my idea for how I would upgrade this character. The only thing you really need to know in the campaign is you need to find some base damage on attacks. So right here, he has 24 to 54 fire damage, physical damage, cold damage, lightning damage. You need some base damage on your weapon to scale off of. Then also you can use added lightning damage, which I would recommend, and then power charge on crit. And for League Start, I tried it. I went over here and this path over here because you can really early go into crit because you're playing Power Siphon and get the maximum power charge as soon as you can. And from there, you start pathing over here and take these notes. Or what I did in my test, I took the Frenzy Charge as well and played Blood Rage and went down here to get projectiles pierced to additional targets. It just helps immensely in your clear as you don't have any explosions in the early game. Well, you can play Herald of Thunder and Herald of Ice, which I would recommend because they give you additional flat damage, which you really need. So that's my second option. I would recommend. It's not that tested and it's not that usual, especially not on mines. On mines, it was pretty meta as far as I know. I didn't play back in the day when it was meta, so I'm not quite sure how good it was or is. But when I tried it this league, it felt pretty comfortable so far. I'm at around level 50 with this character, so I haven't finished the campaign, but I'm in Act. What is it? 6 or 7, and from this point on, it felt pretty good. Even the early stages, the farther I got, it was pretty smooth, clear, comparable to other leveling skills. So I can recommend it. I don't know how good the transition is and if my build will work, but I'm keen to find it out. Then for the third League Start option, I'm thinking about Ice Nova Frostbolts with Hierophant. It was nerfed, yes, but it's still pretty good. I'm showing you here on day 3, there were already some people at depth 300, so it's tanky build. It has a lot of damage or enough damage for going into Delve, and the further you upgrade it, the better it is. And over here you can see he doesn't even use that many uniques or has insane gear. He just literally went down and got some mana on gear. Not an insane amount. Over here, he crafted the wand with like what 65 to maximum mana. So you don't need that much investment and still are pretty strong. And then you can upgrade into ball lightning or orbiting or something else. Yeah, there are many options after this. So it is a pretty good league start in my opinion. I played it it was after Freesia League, which was my first league. I played it in, well, not standard, but Settlers League. It was my first character because I haven't really played the game. I tried it, but it was the first time I got into endgame in Settlers League after Freesia. So that was my first build I played into endgame, and for a beginner, it was honestly really comfortable. And I played it again this league. I tried it, and it was really nice to level without investing anything into leveling gear. So yeah, it's a really good league starter in my opinion. Then the last build um, wanting to show you is the Gladiator, and the build I would recommend is Lacerate of Hemorrhage. I don't know how it's not spelled, how it's pronounced, but Lacerate, the transfigured version of it. Over here, we are also day 3 in Delph, and he reached over 300 depth. And the reason you're going this is just you get 99% block. That's basically the reason you want to play Gladiator. And then with Jack the Axe, it's a cheap unique, I would say, and you get a lot of damage. You get multiplier for bleeding. Yeah, that's basically it. This dude over here, he invested a bit more into Masterful Form already at day 3, which is a pretty good option because you can convert your Frenzy charges into Endurance charges, so you're even tankier. Eventually, you will take a hit, and this makes you survive that hit. So, yeah, that's probably the thing you can play. I want to try this build in particular. I haven't played it once so far. So Power Siphon I played in the end game, but not completely. The Berserker Rage Stacker I played as a Slayer with Frenzy and Endurance Charge stacking this league as my league starter. And the Mana Stacker was my first league starter, but this one I haven't tried and I'm keen to try it out because it's a bleed build. You need to hit once or twice for better average damage, and then you can basically run around for about 5 seconds as long as the bleed keeps up and the enemy bleeds out. So I want to try this, and yeah, these are the 4 builds I would recommend for league starting in the Pohxs League. Yeah, tell me in the comments if you choose any of these builds or whatever build you're planning to play this evening. And have a great day. Bye.